Alright, so we'll hunt with the 44. And, I don't know, elk or moose or something like that, but I'm going to point out the things that bug me about the 44, then we'll test out its performance. So let's go here. Where should we go? Where's, I don't really want to go to one of my testing areas, because I go there so often. Maybe up in this area, because the elk. See if we can line up on an elk. Let's try that. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do here. So the first thing that bothers me is the squeaky lever. How loud is the wind? Oh, that should be okay. Is there anything around? Oh, I haven't changed the colors either. Everything was at least I changed it before all the mess. I made the UI white, right? And then Hunter Sense is yellow. Oh, there we go. Okay, I remember the buttons. So tier 5, 44. Shooting across the water. That'll be test number 1. You know what? I don't think I've ever walked across here. In all my time playing, I always went down to the bridge. Can you actually cross here? Or does the river die? Over this raging waterfall. Does he survive? He does. Does he survive if you go down there? Game's running nice and smooth though. I actually didn't even check the graphics settings. I had to reinstall everything, right? Slowly been putting everything back together again. Did the upgrade of 32 gigs of RAM. I didn't actually realize for years now I've been RAM throttled. I thought it was CPU throttled. I've always been blaming my CPU. And I'm like, oh, my RAM clock is low and my RAM's low. I got cheap RAM in here. I kind of always knew that. But since I'm up to, I've got better RAM. And then I'm at 32 now, and all of a sudden, oh, performance is far better. Not necessarily in frames, but without stuttering and stuff. I can't believe I never really clued in. Alright, what do we got here? Got the old Hunter Sense mode going. Let's see here. And there's not too exciting here. I guess we'll go for this 3-star. 230 meters. Be a good test for the hollow point here. Let's test out the Hunter Sense dot. How big is this? Pretty big. Oh my goodness, the drop on the bull is huge. Which makes sense. How much energy are we hitting with? Oh, we're barely hitting with anything. This isn't going to kill it. Now, it is the tier 5. Okay, we're not going to test tier 5. We're going to go to tier 6. Now, listen to the lever action. I don't know where they recorded this. Oh. I don't even know how to describe that sound. The good news is they put lever action in. The bad news is it's got some issues. Well, what are we hitting with? Okay, we're at the tier 6. We're hitting at 1200 now. So at least the bullet's acting like you'd expect. The energy's dropping off like a rock, and it's just falling. And they're moving out from drink zone. They're going to be going off to rest. This is not the gun to be using at this shot, but we're going to do it anyways. Maybe. Is there an old cow I can shoot instead? Looks like an old cow. Out of the way. Oh, that's a slow bullet time travel. Oh my goodness, it's like lobbing a BB. Holy smokes. At least it's got gameplay differences. You know, like it's significantly different. That was the tier 6 though. Oof. I don't know. I think it's going down. It's gonna take a while to get over there. I mean, as far as the that's an interesting switch to photo mode. I'm inside the scope. So as far as the model goes, like I think they did a good job on the model, right? Like it's just based on the real thing, but it's not because they didn't get the branding agreements for this, which really surprises me. That they actually release stuff that's not branded. It's goes against marketing things, or what I understood there. You got the safety there modeled alright. Oh, yeah, here's that bug. Look, yeah, you get no reticle like anymore. So, issue number 1, not to be a negative Nancy. Squeaky lever. Issue number 2, photo mode to this, you lose your reticle. So I mean, if you know, just want to hunt with the Henderson's dot, then there you go. And it's back. That's issue number 2. Issue number 3, I don't know if you can see this or not. Hold on. If you look in the bottom right, will that UI go away? Oh no, I don't have it away. See where the hammer is down in the bottom right? When he runs the lever action, just look in that area. Above it. Something appears there. It's the rear sight. Yeah, so up well, where the rear sight's supposed to be. When he runs the action, the rear sight appears. And it goes away. So I know I don't have a face cam, but it's a little bit of a face palm moment. It's like, what? Come on, guys. Come on, squeaky lever. The rear sight appears in the reload animation. I don't think they use the items before they release them. Yeah, it's got I got my OBS in the way here. Is this all working okay? Yeah, you're a little late, but the Thermals DLC was also unbelievably awful. I wouldn't go as far as unbelievably awful. But I give them I try to give them a little bit of points. You've been using the T6 ammo for the 44 and everything, such low energy, it's even fine on Foxes, such unless you're super close. It's even fine? Or not fine? I think that's a little far out. It is Lounge Pie. You must have gotten the sound off a Zoom call, yeah. So, you know, I don't like being negative Nancy, but I do call it as I see it. It is, it's bumpy. That is, it's a bumpy weapon we have here. Now, they do take the actual real-life numbers for the ammo. So the ammo's branded, and they have all that correct. Like the actual energy. Because I was researching that. I'm like, okay, they do have that right. So... But a bullet's damage isn't all energy, so it doesn't... This ammo doesn't translate well into their damage model, I don't think. Which is 100% energy based. Because the 44... Like, I believe their energy numbers are going to be fairly accurate. It does have low energy at the muzzle, because... What was the energy calculation? Mass times velocity or something? So it's a slow-moving bullet, and it's well, I don't know if it's how heavy it is, actually. I didn't look. Can't remember. But anyways, it should be a heavier bullet, right? Anyways, their energy numbers relate to the real world, but when your entire damage is just... Your damage model is just a fireball, like a little sun globe flying through the air, and all it is energy with nothing else to it. You can't take a low energy bullet and like have it work in your game. Not like how it would hit in real life, I would presume. So that's the one issue they have. They just kind of take the real world numbers, stick them in the game, and just say, okay, that'll work. And no, I think this firearm is going to make that abundantly clear that that's translation is lost there. Completely fine on Tier 3. I got a partial hunt rating on a goose 700 meters. Well, at least you're playing, Gator. At least you're playing. It also means you bought the DLC, so there you go. Mountain goat. I see UH has missed another deadline. Oh, I'm a official content creator for Ultimate Hunting. But, oh, you know what? I'm probably not in the Discord anymore. Never mind. I'm probably not an official one anymore. When the hacks happened, they hacked the Discord, and I got banned from like most Discords, and I haven't bothered to get back. So when Ultimate Hunting comes out, I'll probably just be like everyone else. I'll just buy the thing. I'll just buy it. I won't even bother. But yeah, I definitely don't hold huge hopes for Ultimate Hunting, so. They've gamified it plenty for the damage it does. Wouldn't that mean it should do more damage? If they gamified it? You probably will have some goats across the pond a little further down. Oh yeah. Well, it's dead anyways. This thing's gonna die. And it is pink blood, so it knocked out the lung. Probably took 2 hits, eh? I didn't really do... Since they're walking, I didn't really do the math on it. Oh, there's goats right there. Oh, there's a melanistic one. Hey, buddy. Stay still. We can go after him, I suppose. Yeah, I just have default colors, so even the Hunter Sense dot changes. Color, like, it's a tier 6 ammo, and it was like, I'm in good energy range, is what it was telling me. What happened to the elk? Oh, there it is. Just blends right into that color. Good thing I'm on hiker, so I can play the game. And I got a glowing yellow gold again. Everything's default. Everything's default. So we sure did run a long way. There it is. The gold halo. So where are these, oh, the goats went right there. Oh, I spooked them, did I? Hold on, we gotta use appropriate tier bullets. They applied some of the same damage that arrows do. Bullet doesn't have bleed energy and impact nearly as fast as most rounds. Of course, I bought the DLC. It's $5. That's no. You think they did a multiplier like the arrows? I don't think they did. It doesn't have the bleed energy because it doesn't overfill the health bar. The bleed all depends on how much damage, like if you fill the bar up to 100% and you fill it to 110%, then it will take forever to bleed out, as opposed to if you fill it to 200%, like double the bar, all the way up to 400% where it's an instant kill. So it's like, it's that. So, you know, if I did 150% damage to the lung, it'll run a long way. If I did 300% damage to the lung, it'll die faster. And the arrows just have a multiplier added right to the energy, which is a lot. So I was wondering if they would do that, but the little bit of shooting I've been doing with it indicates that they haven't done any multiplication to it. As this little elk will probably show. Wasn't there a melanistic goat in here? He's camouflage. Oh, there he is. So let's get just a read on him here. Adult female. Wow, what a trophy. What a trophy. I should have my 4-star Kodiak bear back, actually. This is an older save or something. Come on there, melanistic. Let's erase you from the game. Headshot. Oh. Just shrugs it off. It's got one of those Escape from Tarkov helmets on. There he goes. Okay. It's fine. Only a 44. Alright, claim the animal. Alright, the first shot did it. Maybe Gator's onto something. Yeah, it feels like it carries significantly more energy though an animal through an animal than most rounds. Most evident on Cape Buffalo. Penetrate awful length, but still managed. Okay, okay. Hey, I won't dismiss it. I will not dismiss it. This shot surprised me, so let's take a look at that. Go back to the old science. You think they put the effort in, eh, to modify the 44? Do a little bit of tweaking. What's going on with the double lungs right here? I'm getting two lung icons? Did it? What the? I don't know. What? First things first, it's traveling as far as I would expect 1,000 joules to travel in the elk. 12, like only hit with 1,200. I don't get this double lung thing right at the start. I get two lung icons. Did it leave the lung and go back in it again? Oh, right here, see? There's a gray spot in between the blue. A little bit of a hitbox thing. A lot of players have been getting upset on how long it takes to go to other equipment after making a call with the electronic caller. Oh. Oh, we can see. Takes a long time to switch. Oh, right, math time. This is going to be easy math because it didn't leave the lung. Super easy math. We hit. Oh. Yeah, we hit the lung with 800 joules. And then all 800 joules went into the lung. So that's easy math. It's not going to show any kind of... no, it's not going to show any multiplication here. So the elk lung is 600 hit points. And if you take 48% of 800, so 50% basically, you get 400 joules. 400 joules is 2/3 of the bar. Then we hit 2/3 of the bar. So I'm not seeing any multiplication there. This is, we hit with 400 pen damage all in the lung. It filled the bar up to 400 where it would sit on there, approximate. And the rest is just the cavity damage. Because we hit with 800, so you're going to have 400 and 400. So we can almost see exactly where we filled up the bar. It would have went, you know, another quarter or another third more, which is why I didn't run very far, so we would have filled it, like I was saying before, 120%, 130% or something. And that's the time to run, right? 130%. The higher the percentage, the faster it bleeds out. All the way up to 400%, so... It's about 3 seconds real life time after call. Everyone wants immediately and usually have to hit 226 yards. That's not bad. Well, it's tier 6. Tier 6, 230 yards. I mean, it did the job surprisingly well, but the math checks out. I mean, if you took the 243 and did the exact same shot, it would work too, right? You don't have to worry about losing damage out the other side of the lung, because all of it gets buried into the lung. But yeah, it's still going to run a long ways, just because it just barely fills up the bar. I was kind of surprised it worked too, though, but that's not... It's not going to change the math here. I don't understand this headshot, though. It must have been just skull and did nothing. Oh, I want to try the collar switch. How do I use this again? Because, yeah, they didn't add any animals, right? No. And then call. I think they took the same calls and, like, filtered them a little bit. Okay, then you have to switch to a weapon? It's not any longer than if you had the manual calls. Oh, yeah, now it's not switching. Oh, okay, I see it there now. I had to hit the button 3 times, yeah. You wait for it, try immediately. Yeah, I see it now. I see what you mean. It's locking... It's locked you in. Oh yeah. I can't switch. There it goes. Holy smokes. Alright. I've lost count of the bugs. What is that? It's like the... is it every animal? Like every call? Or is it just like the audio file goes too long in silence? No, it's not the audio file, because you can click out. Oh my, yeah. It's the same. Okay. So, two things with the collar. One, that Loungefly mentioned. Okay, now switch to gun. Switch, 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 switch. There it goes. Alright, so that's the other problem. The other one is, if you don't use the UI, this means it's ready to call. This means it doesn't. That's the only difference. See the difference? You call, you can call, you can't. You can call, you can't. That's the only difference. If you don't have that UI, you have no idea if you can call or not. You just have to guess and click the button. They need an animation change. Because with a manual caller, like he'll put it up to his mouth or whatever, right? And then set it down. So this is non-readied state. This is readied state. Non-ready, ready. Non-ready, ready. There's no animation to indicate. So, as Gator was saying... Actually, I'm not sure what Gator said. But, some issues with... some issues. It definitely needs some work done, yeah. Some issues. I doubt I'm gonna find this goat. Because, yeah. We didn't knock out the skull. It wasn't a brain shot, obviously. And there was no blood. So just 1 second, gonna check on the old OBS here. It's fine. It's fine. And that's the mountain goat blood. Almost went to the Discord with my verdict, but yeah, they'll still listen. Like Miriam does pass on the info, and they do fix it because the night vision one. Okay, we might get a second chance here. The night vision one, at least the early access content creator Discord channel, they did delay the update because of the stuff we found in it. Like this update, it only took me a couple, like it only took like 5 minutes to be like, whoa, there's stuff off. Same with the night vision one. It was just like a few minutes, which it's always surprised me because if it only takes me less than 10 minutes to find a bunch of things, like what? Like who's QAing their stuff? It takes no time at all. So then they delayed it and they did fix a few things, which so they will listen to the feedback. But that was because they're paying attention to the channel a little bit more because it's, you know, it's got the content creators in it. But a lot of the content creators didn't even bother with the early access of the night vision thing. Just your normal ones, you know, me and Liquid Fire and Ron and a couple others. Did I just spook them? This is looking grainier than I remember. I must have to go in the settings. Like, the game was always grainy. This looks more than I had it. Someday I'll go and figure it out again. Oh, I can hear them walking. I think I should zero down a little bit here. Go back to the lake and should be a goat and ram drinking. Nice. But I've got a goat to hunt. I can hear them. I don't get the night vision update at all. Trees are white hot. Boulders are black hot. Animals are gray. It doesn't make any sense. I've never used night vision, so I don't know what the real thing's like. My assumption is they had, since the night vision's branded, right? Yeah, right? I can't even remember now. Yeah, this stuff's all, yeah, this is all branded stuff. I assume they got sent one of these in the scopes and whatever. And then they just copied, like they looked through it and then copied exactly what they seen? Is my assumption. I don't know. I've never used one. It's an interesting update. I can hear them walking around. But I get why you buy the DLC because it's just $5. It brings me back to the I don't know how where the revenue's coming from. Because I did more research into like game companies and licensing and everything, and all of them they pay the licensor, the manufacturer, to use their stuff in the game. It's like not the other way around, which I always thought it was. And then the only thing that makes sense is they're getting paid to put their like product placement. But now they've released stuff that's not branded. So I don't know. I have no idea where they're... I don't know how they're paying their salaries. I am pretty certain that they're either making Way of the Hunter 2 or making a completely different game. They're doing something, though. That's not Way of the Hunter. Not this game, anyways. I can't see these guys. Oh, there they go. Now, oh, it's the wind. It's the wind. I didn't spook them. The wind's blowing at them. But that's okay. That's stirring them up. This is using the old wind strategy to push them out of the woods. Oh, now they're looking at me. Oh. That might be a spook. No, that's not a spook. Yeah, that's definitely the wind pushy. They shouldn't go too far, though. Yeah, that's just wind nudging them out. Where are you? Camouflaged goat. Can't see him. Oh. That goat's got strategy. He's got camouflage. Well, it said energy was good. And he's still bleeding. Alright, so that worked. But, I mean, well, that was tier 5 hitting the goat, so... I don't know what to make of it. So other bullets that hit with higher energy, when you're hitting the first lung, don't kill the lung, sometimes. Because if it leaves the lung, all the energy after it's left the lung doesn't apply to that lung. So if it doesn't drop enough off in the lung, then all the energy after it is wasted. So that's how sometimes you don't get kills. But this one, it doesn't actually make it... There's no wasted energy because it doesn't make it out of the lung. So it all buries itself in there, like the little energy it has. So at least it's different than all the other ammos. I mean, you're hitting... Kind of like a low energy slug or something. I don't know. Usually you can toggle thermals from white hot or black hot. The hotter the thing is, the... Well, they're not thermals, though. They said it's just night vision. Something like rabbits are the whitest thing and a bunch of... Or maybe mean a different word than thermals? Or do they still use thermals in The night vision, non-thermal stuff. I don't know that stuff. Usually companies pay to get the name out. Yeah. Yeah. I know in Farming Simulator, tractor companies pay giant... Oh, okay, okay. So, that's a good example, Loungefly. So Farming Simulator... So the vehicles in Farming Simulator are product placement? Then it isn't as rare as I thought. Because I figured in the Hunting Simulator franchise, that's what's happening there. The companies are paying the hunting sim guys to, you know, put Beretta in there and the clothing. That's why all the clothing's all... But I did more research and then it was kind of... I became unsure again, but... It's gotta be, right? But I didn't know in Farming Sim that's what happened. But that makes sense too. Actually, that makes a lot of sense for why Farming Simulator is the way it is. Oh, you just... It's another little light bulb click in my head there, thanks to you there, Loungefly. I was always wondering why the Farming Simulator franchise didn't really change much. Like, each game's just... it's kind of like a... You know, a Madden NFL game. Kind of like the same game over and over again. But all they're doing is refreshing licensing agreements, aren't they? Ah. Okay, now that's... that's making sense now. I never even thought of that for the Farming Simulator thing. But it answers a lot of questions, because... you know, without any knowledge at all, or inside knowledge at all, and only speculation, with just the pattern of Farming Simulator, how little they change from game to game. Very minimal, innovation, in my opinion, anyways. It makes sense because all they just need another product out there to renew the licensing. Because that's what the Hunting Simulator franchise does, right? They just go to the sequel to renew everything, which is what I think Way of the Hunters decided to do, which is why I think Way of the Hunter 2 is on its way, so they can renew Steyr and Remington or whatever they got going on there. It's just speculation, of course. Who knows what actually is going on? But now that you brought that up with Farming Sim, all of a sudden, oh, their business model makes more sense now. Like, why is that game not innovating very much in 8 years? Oh, it's doing the Hunting Simulator 2 thing. So that's why that shot didn't work. Right in the jaw. Right in the jaw. I don't know the hit points on the skull. We can figure that out, though. Oh, no, we can't figure that out. Wait, how come, oh, the skull's not damaged. Flesh is in between the skull, and here's all flesh. The skull's only where the bone, where it's hitting the bone. So in here's, like, its throat damage, so I can't really... It's too small to figure out. Well, most of the cavity damage is in there. No, because, right, the flesh damage is a big, like a 4,000 hit point bar, so it's not actually all in there. Yeah, no, I have no idea. I can't calculate that sliver. Anyways, that didn't work. Oh, here's the actual shot that did. Oh, it did make it to the second lung. But see, we only lost 600 joules, so 300 pen damage. That did not apply to this one. And this one hit with 1,200. Yeah, so this one hit with 600. So 300 pen. Which pretty much equals the bar. This is 2/3, it looks like, so my math must be a little off there. It should, like, 300 would be 3/4. Which is, all it is 1200 minus 600. Cut it in half, 300. But I'm rough estimating there, and it's actually 48%. Anywho. Oh, you can get a better number on the left lung. Because it doesn't leave the lung, so all pen damage. When did it enter? Right there. 322. So you can get an exact number here on this little bar. You take 48% of 322. So is that like 155 or something? I don't have a calculator. Something like 155. And 200 would be halfway. So that's like 100. Yeah. Anyways, that's how you do that. There's a little melanistic. There we go. Yeah, so that's my test of Wave of the Hunter. Because we're probably sliding on to another game. Just because I'm going to do some testing here. So anyways, that's my take so far on the 44 and this little DLC. So hopefully that gives people something to think about. But yeah, I'm probably going to set up for something else. I'm not really too sure what I'm switching to, but we'll set up for it. Let's see. Well, that should be it for Way of the Hunter, I think. Till next Way of the Hunter day.